February 7th, 2023. You guessed it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Well, guys, the world is coming to an end. We're hearing this every day from all types of sources here on YouTube. People's got insider information. They're getting emails. They're getting faxes. They're getting phone calls. They're getting snail mail. They're getting all type of information from inside sources and things like that. Guys, what is definitely going on is the world's heating up. I've been telling you this. This is all going to explode into something big. You know, you got China, Taiwan, now you got us and China kind of bickering at each other. You got Russia and Ukraine. Russia's supposed to put on some kind of offensive in the next couple of days in Ukraine. What does all this mean? It's getting bad. It's getting bad. Now, can I sit here and tell you that tomorrow a nuclear weapon's going to fly? No, I can't. I've told you before, I don't see a use for them to use a nuclear weapon, a tactical nuke or anything, simply because it's not that bad yet. Now, that's not to say some crazy person wouldn't set one off. That's not what I'm saying at all. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I don't see a use for a nuclear weapon. I really don't. I don't see any country that would invade the United States either. You know, you got to stop and think about some things. China, I've said it hundreds of times on this channel. China could stop the United States, destroy it without ever firing a single shot. All they would have to do is quit exporting stuff to us, and all of our stores would be empty in a couple of days or weeks. Because believe it or not, it's not just Walmart, it's every store in the United States. It's just about 80 to 90% Chinese goods. That's just the way it is, guys. You know, we need to make stuff in America. Yes, we need to produce stuff in America, made by America, sold in America. But you got to stop and think the cost of what them things would cost. I've told you before, an iPhone, if it was made solely in America, would cost you probably $5, $6, $7, $8,000 for an iPhone. But guys, I don't have a crystal ball or anything like that to sit here and tell you exactly what's going to happen here in the next couple of days. But it does look like Russia may be getting ready to do an invasion over there, or pick up the invasion, I should say, over there in Ukraine. Of course, some of you are hearing that maybe possibly that now we've approved F-16s to go into Ukraine, but it's not the United States sending them. We're trying to figure out a way to let other countries that have them to send them. What have I told you all this boils down to? Money. It's all this is a big money game. On the spy balloon thing, if I was the president, what I would do tonight, I would put it out in front of everybody during the State of the Union. I would. Right in the middle of my speech, I would stop and bring it out and show it to everybody what was on it. But of course, they're not going to do that. We'll never know what was on that. You know, they'll say national security. That's why we'll never know what was on that balloon. You know, a lot of people's like, what's the big deal? They've got spy satellites that can see. Yeah, they do. But look at what this balloon was capable of doing. Slowly traversing the United States. I firmly believe they wouldn't have told us anything about it if a citizen hadn't caught it on video. We would have never known about it. I'm sure these things happen a lot more than we know about. Probably happens regularly. You know, who's to say, right? And now you got China kind of getting upset over it. So all this is smoke and mirrors for something bigger, guys. And what's going to happen eventually is they're going to have to go to war, because war is what turns your economy around, and that's what they're trying to do. We're hearing it. We have all these great, you know, all of a sudden our jobs are better than ever. You know, they made so many jobs this last quarter and all that. But what they're not telling you on the job side of it is these jobs are not full-time jobs. They're part-time jobs. You know, you maybe not even getting 20 hours a week. That's an issue. You know, you got a lot of people now who's like, I'm not doing a 20-hour week job. I'm not working unless I have benefits and everything else. You got restaurants now that are paying their employees more, right? Well, what did that do to us? It raised the cost of everything. You know, I always said if they bring minimum wage $15, your hamburger going to cost you $10 to $12, and that's what's happened. You know, they've got a set profit margin they want to achieve every year, and they're going to pass that price on to us to achieve it. They're not going to take a loss. They're not. You got Walmart, you know, they're trying to go completely online. There's some places that not even got bags in the store anymore. I mean, guys, this is the great reset. We're right in the middle of it. It's not going to get any better. It's going to continue to get worse. You know, a lot of people think as soon as the election rolls around in 2024, it's going to fix everything, and that's not going to happen either. We're too far gone. This stuff over there in Ukraine, you know, we sent tanks after saying tanks would cause World War III, right? Well, obviously some kind of deal was made to send them over there, so it didn't start World War III. Guys, this is all about money. When it comes down to the end of the day, it's money. Nothing else. Plain and simple money. Smoke and mirrors and about money. You know, you got China over there. We're not going to go to war with China. That's just not going to happen right now. You know, I don't see China invading us. Could they? Yeah. But if I was China, what I would do is be like, all right, we're just not going to send you nothing else. And I'm telling you, our stores would be empty. Probably within a couple of weeks, there would be nothing on the shelves hardly. You know, we get a lot of stuff from China. Everybody says, oh, Walmart. It's every store. Even your Lowe's and Home Depots are 70, 80, 90% Chinese goods in them. So, I mean, you know, this is all smoke and mirrors. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but one thing I can tell you is the government would not warn us if something was happening. They wouldn't. We would just wake up one morning and find out about it. There's not going to be a channel on here that's going to jump out and, you know, say something's going to happen, then it's going to happen because they have insider information or emails, texts, snail mail, wherever they're getting it, right? That's not going to happen. But if you continuously say something's going to happen, eventually you're going to be right by the law of averages, right? Eventually you're going to be right, just like flipping a quarter. Eventually you're going to be right on what that thing is when it lands. And that's what a lot of these channels do. I've told you before, a lot of channels on here, what they do is, how do they make money? They scare you. A lot of the channels that's pushing all this, the world's coming to an end, that war's going to be tomorrow, this and that, they have a store and they have an agenda, and that's why they're pushing all this, because, you know, they want you to buy all the product they can before something does happen and they're left with nothing. So, you know, watch what you want to watch. Take it as entertainment value like I do on some of it. You know, take everything you hear on here with a grain of salt. But eventually the world will end. It's just the way it is. Eventually it will. You know, and if somebody says it enough, they'll eventually be right. Always remember that. Guys, if you're still watching, hit that subscribe button. Thank you to all the new subscribers and welcome. You know, continue to share these and comment on them. Not getting a lot of comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this stuff, guys. This is important to me, and I hope it's important to you. But get out there, get prepped up. If you think you're fully prepped, you know, check your preps. I'm sure you got holes somewhere, and keep rotating through your stock. Stay safe. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Protect yourself and your family at all times. Guys, the world ain't getting no better. Protect yourself. Get prepped up. And if you're still watching, hit that subscribe button.